You can't. That's what. Can you? No. Nossa, bicho é doido. Mano, olha isso, velho. Bicho é louco. I fucking can't believe. I'm sorry. I can't believe that, man.
I just want to get your thoughts.
It's one of the greatest fights you'll ever see. It was incredible. And especially when you got a guy 8-1 underdog and then comes in and does what he did tonight. The body shots that Ilia hit Gaethje with in that round, and then Gaethje gets through it. Ilia's in the hospital. He's busted up. I'm not a doctor, but his eye looked like he probably has broken orbital. And my plans for him are to go home and rest. And I was
wanted to quit.
It's almost like he's trying to not to. And that'll do it.
We won.
20,000 bits. No, 200,000 bits. 200,000.
200,000 apiece, bitch.
200,000 bits.
200,000 apiece.
200,000 a pop, bitch.
200,000.
All thoughts on how the entire fight played out?
I was counted out so bad. He's very good. My liver still hurts right now. The body shots were crazy. I mean, he was really, really fast. When he didn't get the finish at the end of the second round, I think it really took his spirit. He really backed himself into a corner saying he's going to be so dominant. I said it. When we go to the second round, you're going to be like, what the f? When we go to the third round, you're going to be like, what the f? I proved that tonight. When they look back, I think my career is going to age like
Of MMA by far.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's ever going to top this until something does.
I don't think anything's ever going to top this, man. This was... I keep sitting back going, wow. And wow. Like literally just saying wow. When you've seen so much in your life, to sit there going, wow.
Justin Gaethje just defeated Ilia Topuria by round 4 TKO to corner stoppage at UFC Freedom 250 on the White House lawn, and is now the undisputed lightweight world champion at 37 years old. I can't believe I'm saying these things. I thought Strickland's upset against Chimaev was going to be enough this year for the MMA gods to start making logic true once again in this sport, but no. Justin Gaethje puts a whooping on Ilia Topuria. Fair enough, survives a nightmarish round 2, but I had Justin Gaethje winning this fight 3-1. It wasn't even like Ilia Topuria was clearly ahead the whole fight and Justin Gaethje just broke him in round 4 and then Ilia Topuria quits on the stall. I had Gaethje up 3-1. I thought he won the first round very clear. It was competitive. Ilia was landing big shots. What am I saying? The whole card was insane. But to finish like this, I can't wait to break down the rest of the card. But this fight, Ilia comes out. He's wandering into jabs like
she's the undisputed champion of the UFC. This is a shocking result, and I have to apologize because I don't usually make picks, and I was quite confident in my pick. I thought Ilia Topuria was going to win. Justin Gaethje won that fight fair and square. It appears as though Ilia's corner called off the fight going into the 5th round, and it looked like going into the 4th round the doctor was going to call it off. In fact, it seems as though he did actually call it off at one point. He shook his head. He said Ilia couldn't see, and then Mark Goddard almost like convinced him to keep it going. It was a weird thing. They gave him more time. Seemed a little bit odd, but in the end the right man won. Justin Gaethje looked a lot bigger at 155 than Ilia. Justin Gaethje can take a punch. In the first round when Ilia was hitting him like a Mack truck, Gaethje was taking the shots. No one takes those shots from Ilia. And Ilia was wearing some damage, and all of a sudden, he's bleeding, and all of a sudden he's getting rocked, and all of a sudden he's cut, and all of a sudden he's, swelling, and all of a sudden he can't see. And we've never seen him compromise like that before. We've never seen him in trouble, struggling like that.
The MMA world has been completely shaken after Dana White stepped in front of the cameras and dropped a name that nobody was fully prepared for. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. The moment those words came out, everything changed. Social media lit up within seconds, fight pages exploded, and fans across the world started reacting in real time like they had just witnessed a historic announcement. This wasn't treated like a normal fight rumor or promotional tease. It felt bigger than that. Heavier. Almost unreal. Because this matchup isn't just about two fighters, it's about history, timing, legacy, and everything they've been through since the first time they met inside the cage. To really understand why this potential fight has created such a massive reaction, you have to go back to the beginning. The first time McGregor and Holloway fought, they were completely different versions of themselves. McGregor was the rising Irish sensation, sharp, confident, and already showing the world the explosive striking that would later make him a global superstar. Holloway, on the other hand, was still young, still developing, and still learning what it meant to compete at the highest level. That version of Holloway had flashes of brilliance, but he wasn't yet the complete fighter he would become. Now, years later, everything has changed. Both men have lived through championship runs, wars inside the octagon, injuries, setbacks, comebacks, and massive moments that shaped their careers. So if this rematch actually happens today, it's not a repeat, it's a collision between two completely evolved fighters who barely resemble who they once were. Conor McGregor still enters any conversation as one of the most influential fighters in MMA history. His rise changed the sport forever. His timing, precision, movement, and knockout ability made him one of the most feared strikers ever seen in the featherweight and lightweight divisions. Even after long layoffs, injuries, and time away from competition, his name still carries global weight. The moment McGregor is attached to a fight, the entire sport stops and pays attention. That kind of star power is extremely rare. But alongside that legacy comes serious questions that cannot be ignored. How sharp are his reactions after years of inactivity? Can his cardio hold up if the fight goes past the early rounds? Will his body still respond the same under the pressure of elite competition? And most importantly, can he still recreate the explosive version of himself that once dominated the UFC? These questions are what make this potential comeback both fascinating and uncertain at the same time. Because standing across from him is not the same Max Holloway from years ago either. This is a fully developed, world-class version of himself, one of the most complete and durable fighters the sport has ever seen. Holloway has built his career on relentless pressure, insane volume, and unmatched cardio. He doesn't slow down, he doesn't back off, and he doesn't break easily. Instead, he walks forward through punishment and turns fights into long, exhausting battles where opponents slowly get overwhelmed. His striking output is legendary. He throws more combinations than almost anyone in UFC history, mixing head strikes, body shots, and angles with constant movement and rhythm. The longer a fight goes, the more dangerous Holloway becomes, because he thrives in deep waters where most fighters begin to fade. And that is exactly where this matchup becomes so dangerous and unpredictable. McGregor is an early finishing specialist. His biggest weapon is timing, those first few minutes where one clean shot can completely change everything. If he finds his rhythm early and lands his left hand, the fight could end instantly. But Holloway represents the complete opposite challenge. He is built to survive the early storm, absorb pressure, and then slowly take over as the fight progresses. If he drags McGregor into later rounds, the pace, volume, and conditioning could completely shift the momentum. So what we are really looking at is not just a fight, it is a clash of eras, styles, and identities. One fighter built on explosive precision and knockout power, the other built on endurance, pressure, and unbreakable rhythm. One tries to end fights early, the other tries to turn them into long wars of attrition. That contrast is exactly why fans are losing their minds over this potential matchup. Because no matter which way it goes, it carries real consequences, real history, and the kind of drama that only MMA at its highest level can produce.